Hey, what's going on, everyone? I got the Anchorman pops that I had ordered from the Funko Shop website when SDCC went up for sale, and these just shipped on the weekend. Pretty excited to have them. This is one of my favorite movies. Definitely top 3 Will Ferrell movies. I'd say Step Brothers and Talladega Nights round out his top 3 films, in my opinion. With a close number 4 would probably be Old School with his role in that movie. The only one I'm missing and I didn't get to add in the cart was Ron Burgundy with the flute, but I know he might surface around at some point. Somebody will try to get rid of him. Maybe I can trade for him, or resale price isn't too much for him, maybe later on down the road. But I was fortunate enough to get these 4 from the Anchorman set. I imagine there's going to be more in this set because we don't have Champ Kind. We're missing Veronica Corningstone. There's quite a few main characters that weren't released, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see a second wave and probably more Ron Burgundy in different outfits, clothes and stuff. I'd imagine like him in the swimming trunks would be a good one to do, because that was a very big scene, iconic scene of him in throwing that party and where he met Veronica Corningstone. So I'd like to see them do that one into pop form, and I would also like to see him inside of a phone booth and a glass case of emotion movie moment. So if those happen, I'll be, thrilled with that. But I expect this is just the beginning, and they maybe used Comic-Con as a launch pad for the series on Anchorman. So I expect to see more, even though there's been nothing official. Hey, let's take a look at each box. So with each box, it looks like they have the picture on the TV screen of the person who's in the pop. So this one is Ron and Baxter, but that one is identical to the one for Ron Burgundy in the red suit. There you can see the rest there in the set, which I have 4 out of 5. This one in the red suit is the one that probably came in the least mint condition, if you could see that line right there. I know it's minor, but those of us who are into perfect boxes, this would drive us nuts. But as far as me keeping and it being a display piece, you're only really going to see the front, and everything else on him looks pretty good. Here's Brian Fantana. And you can see him right there on that TV screen. In a little bit I'll tell you guys what this smells like, because as you can see, it's a scented pop, and many are probably wonder what it smells like. There are several descriptions from the movie of what it could smell like, and I can tell you it probably does not smell like any of those things, but I will go into detail once I take him out of the box. And here's Brick Tamland, his box, and there he is on that TV screen. So I kind of like the little details they did on the box when it came to each character. I just would have loved to have seen maybe a Ron Baxter moment, going to bed in that TV screen instead of just Ron Burgundy anchoring. And let's get these out of the box. First up, we have Ron with Baxter. All the details on the station logo on the pajamas, just like he had them in the movie. Look at that perfect hairstyle for this anchor. And then we have Baxter, which he's like a young miniature Buddha with hair. Like a young Buddha, miniature Buddha covered in hair. One thing I would say that I would have loved a lot better, and I know a lot of times a lot of the pops, they don't really get a mouth, but I would have loved to have seen like them wearing the retainer, because that was like a very like cute scene in that movie. And they both had the matching PJs, and then they also had the retainer in their mouth. Let's go to the next one. Now this is one that I was really excited for as soon as I saw the reveal and saw that he was going to be a scented pop, which just made him stand out more than any other one. And it makes sense for him to be scented because look what he has in his hand. If you remember the movie, he had the Sex Panther cologne, where 60% of the time it works every time. And it has bits of panther inside of it, so you know it has to be good. Probably stings the nostrils a bit. And I'll describe right now what exactly he smells like, but love that 70s hair, the sideburns, like, just try to keep him up. Even the way the stash is kind of leaning on the side, it's very much like his expression from his character in Anchorman. And what this smells like, if any of you guys have ever purchased or owned a He-Man Stinkor action figure from back in the day, it has that exact smell. And I'd imagine, I don't have the Stinkor Funko one that was scented, but I would imagine it's the exact same smell, because as soon as I smelled it out of the box, like, it gave me a throwback to that Stinkor action figure from back in the 80s. So that is what they made the Sex Panther cologne smell like. That's a spoiler if you haven't taken yours out of the box or haven't smelled yours yet. Let's go to the next one. Quintessential Ron Burgundy Anchorman classic. He's got that classic red maroon suit. He's got his Channel 4 mug, which probably does not have any coffee in it. Imagine there's a lot of scotch in that. But the suit is looking on point. This man is the most trusted anchor in all of San Diego. Legend Ron Burgundy. Let's try to spin him around without him falling down. Just lots and lots of hair. Just like the movie. So if you're a fan of these films, they did us right with these pops. Like, I can't really find any major complaints other than that. I will look forward to more characters coming out in another wave. Let's go to the next one. Next we have the Weatherman Brick Tamland, played by Steve Carell in the movie. He doesn't say much, but what he says is just the most random, idiotic stuff. And Steve Carell just played this character perfectly. I like how they did the glasses here. This Brick holding a banana. If they do another Brick one, I'd like to see him with a trident in his hand from that iconic Anchorman battle scene. But this is Brick Tamland with the banana. As you can tell, these guys have, their suit game is on point. It's how they relieve their stress, is just going to buy a new suit and styling as the #1 news team. And that is it for a almost complete first wave set of Anchorman Funko Pops. At least the ones I was able to acquire. Very happy with these. You guys, thank you for watching. Stay classy And I am Ron Burgundy.